All right, everybody. I'm here with Don Macdonald, and that's PTAC is what we call it. What is the long name, Don? Welcome to the show, man. Tell us the long name, because I can never get it right.
Yeah, thanks for having me. PTAC stands for the Professional Truck Training Alliance of Canada.
Why don't you guys come up with something shorter?
Well, we had to make sure we had our description in there so everybody knew who we were.
Okay. So you're out west. This is the first time that we met as at that conference, I think. But I don't know. I've known of the group for a while. Tell us how you got started in this. Last night you and I were chatting and got a little bit of your background. Kind of give us that history before we get into the association.
So been in the industry for about 30 years. Started as a truck driver, worked into the role of a driving instructor.
Yeah.
Worked for a driving school, which I currently still do. And currently moved into a role of the operations manager for about the last 12, 13 years.
Yep.
And PTAC came about with, we're a driver school led association. So all of our founding members are driving school. And primarily we are the only national led association for the truck training school business.
Okay.
Primarily before, we always had, we kind of fell underneath with trucking associations.
Yep.
But we realized that there was a need for a driving school at association,
Okay.
so we could adjust or address the problems in the training industry.
Yeah. What's your thought? Have you heard of the Quebec one? There's the Quebec school. I don't know. I forget what it's called, but it's like a 1,600-hour course or something like that.
Yes.
Have you heard of that one? What's your opinion on the size of the course that we should have out there for drivers? Currently in Ontario here, where the 200 course is kind of our standard one that we look at. Of course, there's Melt. What do you guys got out west? I'm not sure.
Well, if you were looking at the Quebec model, I mean, that's funded through the government. So,
Right.
Who wouldn't want to take a program that's, funded in that
Yeah,
nature?
yeah.
But an interesting fact, that only supplies about 20% of the drivers.
Right.
through
Okay.
the program.
Yep.
Quebec still has a private model as well.
Yep.
So, not everybody gets the opportunity to take the big
Okay.
program. And out west, I'm in Alberta, so we've kind of gone to we've moved away from the MELT program.
Right.
And now we're into what's called a learning pathway. Alberta is also, leading the charge when it comes to moving the industry into a Red Seal designation.
Okay. Yeah.
So Alberta is going in that direction. It'll be a provincial designation, just with the
Yep.
province, unless we get to go there nationally, which is where PTAC's coming in.
Okay.
And that's our drive, is we want to see, truck driving be a Red Seal trade
Yep.
right across Canada.
Okay. And how are things going? We've been getting some updates from Kim Richardson over the little few months, I guess, or year that it's been about a year. You guys have been kind of started this, right?
Yeah, we started actually. We're going on our second. It's 2023 when we came together, and the reaction's very positive.
Yeah.
We've held. We've been in Nova Scotia. We've had a roundtable discussion in Nova Scotia.
Yep.
We've been in Ontario, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and in Alberta. And the response from all of those meetings has been very positive. And I can, share this with you. When we, after our meetings, we always ask one question. We say, hey, given what you've heard about Red Seal
Yeah.
and what you know about the truck driving profession, do you support Red Seal for commercial truck drivers? And the answer, resoundingly, is always yes.
Yes. Yeah. I think we all want that. We all want how we get there might be the discussion.
100%.
Right? Yeah.
And will it fit every aspect of the industry?
Yeah.
I think industry is going to help us decide that.
Yeah.
There's going to be some parts of the industry where it may not fit as neatly or as tidily as it
Right.
Will in other areas. But I'm sure we can put something forward.
So you're in the midst. I know you're kind of gaining some opinion on the criteria and all that kind of stuff. From what I heard last update, I heard that's kind of where you guys were. We're kind of looking at industry and what do you see? How do you see this playing out? Do you Red Seal's pretty high up there, and you got to have everybody on board. Do you think that's gonna?
Yeah, that is definitely going to be a challenge for
Right.
sure. But as we heard today, in the conference here at PMTC, from some of our speakers, they've given lots of reasons why this industry should move towards that type of designation. Because quite honestly, the driver is, your last defense on the road. When your driver is there, he's going to be the person, or she's going to be the person that's going to prevent an accident when they're on the road. So we can have all the technologies watching what's going on, but at the end of the day, it's the decision that the driver makes on the road that's going to prevent your collision.
We heard from Transport Canada this morning. Are any of those kind of players, are they on board? Are they involved in the talks at all, or giving an opinion or anything like that? From government standpoint, not to be Transport Canada necessarily, but
we just actually we were invited to CCMTA.
Okay.
So that was a big deal. That was we got the opportunity to present on Red Seal. And again, great response, and it's been tried. We've tried different programs like this before in the past. And it's these discussions that have to go on continually. And I think we're getting closer. It definitely seems to be a lot more receptive.
I see a big movement across the country, and I'm more based in Ontario, but I do talk with a lot of partners out west and out east and stuff, and there seems to be a common thread that something needs to be done. So maybe this is the time to get it done right now. Where should people go? What are you looking for? I know you guys have sponsors and affiliates and all. What are we looking for? Where should people go to find out more information about the program?
So you can find all they need to know on our website. PTTAC.ca.
Okay.
We are having a conference as well in October, our first conference in Calgary. And, we have membership from schools. We have carrier members, we have association members, and we have affiliate members. So, anybody that's in the transportation industry, your organization could fit nicely into what we're doing. And if you want to support, obviously, I should say, making the industry a recognized trade is only one of our key objectives. We also put together commercial driving as a Red Seal. Then of course we want to make sure that we want to create a standardized instructor training program across the nation. We want to reduce barriers for funding for tuition for students to take training. And we also want to ensure that driver training schools are all operating compliantly and professionally across the country as well. So we're not just about Red Seal. There's a lot more that we're working on behind the scenes. And we appreciate any membership and any support that we could get.
Awesome. Well, thanks very much for being on the show today. I appreciate that very much, and we'll look forward to that. And if you are looking to help improve this industry, I certainly encourage you to reach out to PTAC. Thanks a lot, Don. Appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you.